Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Tamara. In today's video, we are doing an updated tour of my at-home grocery store, prepper pantry, emergency pantry, all the things. I'm going to be sharing everything with you guys. But before we get into the tour, we've got to reorganize this room. So let's get into that first. Here is a quick before. It was super messy. There was stuff everywhere. Definitely needed to get in here and get organized, but I really wanted a space that I could have my convenience foods plus my home canned, because where it was separated, it was hard for me to keep inventory and, you know, grabbing stuff for one meal. I might have to go downstairs and then go back here, and I really wanted a room just with everything that I use month to month. That way I can just kind of, you know, keep an eye on it and everything. And so I moved some furniture around and was able to have room for 2 shelves to put my home canned. Here I'm just going through all my medical supplies. I was going to keep all that, you know, up there, like my hygiene and medical stuff, but just didn't have room for it, and so I was able to move that downstairs. And then this shelf that you guys see in the corner right here, I just picked that up from Amazon. I actually ordered 2 of those. The other one y'all will see downstairs later in the video, but I will not have that linked to my Amazon storefront because they are on the flimsier side, and we will definitely be updating those in the future once funds allow to get more heavy duty shelves. The one on the other side came from my mom, and it's definitely heavy duty, and it can hold a lot of weight. So we're hoping to get another one of those once the home canned starts expanding. But let's finish putting this together and we'll start the tour. This did take me a couple days to get through, so you will see me in a few outfit changes. If you are interested in starting a prepper pantry, I will make sure to have this video linked down below for you guys so y'all can check it out. Having a working prepper pantry, regardless if it's a couple months worth or, you know, up to a year or whatever your goal is for your family, whatever the case is, it's so important right now with inflation. And just because of inflation doesn't mean that it's not possible. It is definitely possible to still have a working prepper pantry and have food security for your family. Okay, it definitely took me a couple days to get everything done, but we've got it somewhat organized. I do need to find homes for this stuff right here, but I will do that eventually. But here is what we got. So as you've seen, I took some furniture out and moved some stuff downstairs. That way I could have room for my home canned. Now, originally I had my home canned downstairs, which you guys will see in a second. But it was really inconvenient for me to have some stuff up here and then my home canned, because, you know, right now I want to use it, of course. Use what you stock and use what, you know, you can and put up. So it's been hard going downstairs and upstairs and pulling stuff from everywhere. So I was like, you know what? I want one room where I can just have everything that I need for, you know, food, stock, and all that. And then my emergency pantry I left downstairs. So I'll show you that in a little bit in case you're new here and you've not seen that before. But I've got this white shelf here. I have got different, just kitchen accessories. I've got my water bath canner, my pressure canners in the kitchen because I'm working on canning potatoes. You guys are going to see a video at the end of the month with me canning everything in January, the month of January, for Canuary. So my shelf here will definitely grow probably onto this shelf by the end of January, because I'm trying to can at least 2 to 3 things a week throughout the month. And then, of course, you know, throughout the future months, anytime I see anything on sale that I can and put up, I do that. Or I've been starting to like get 1 or 2 jars of something for us to try before I bulk batch it, because I don't want to, you know, waste money, waste the food if it's something that we don't like, especially for proteins. So far I have 2 cans of pork loin. They're so pretty. I've got 2 cans of pork loin that I have tried. And then I've also got 2 cans of ground beef as well. So we will be trying those soon to see if we like them. And then next time in the future, I will know if I see ground beef on sale, I can get a whole pack of this just to can, you know, and that goes for any other proteins. The only protein that I haven't canned yet is chicken, which I will hopefully do that later in the week. But this is what we've got so far, and it's not in any order. I still have to get through here and organize everything, but we have got some accidental corn syrup. I shared a while back how that accidentally happened. I was trying to make corn cob jelly and back in July, and I added, this was the very first thing that, or the very first jelly that I ever tried to can, and it didn't set up, and so now I have corn syrup. It's sweet. It's just like kind of a simple syrup, but it's corny as well. So I've been using it as corn syrup in recipes, and it's worked fine. So accidents sometimes is a good thing. And then I've got some red beans. I've got some black beans. These are pinto beans. I realized I didn't put pinto, so I'm going to go back through with a Sharpie and put pinto on those. I've got Great Northern beans. Now, one of the things I do plan on doing, because you'll see here in a little second when I show you my convenience store side of things, I want to have both. I want to have home canned, and I also want to have store-bought. So that way, in case I run out of these, I can use that, or in case I run out of that, I can use these. Plus, I have dried in my emergency pantry. If you are new here, I build my prep in layers. So I want to have layers of everything. So I've got dried beans in my emergency prep. I have cans of beans from the store, and then I have my own home canned. So that's my game plan. I want to have my prep in layers. We've got some minute rice. I've only got 2 cans. This was a big box that I'd got from Sam's Club. After this is gone, I'm going to start making my own because of my handy dandy dehydrator. So I'm waiting to go through those before I do a big batch of that. I've got some cereals here that are vacuum sealed. I watched this lady on TikTok. I'll have her link down below. She shares really good canning content. And she opened a jar from like a year or so ago, and it was just as fresh as ever. And y'all know I normally buy my cereal at the discount store, so it's either close to date or already out of date. And so I always open it, taste test it, and I've started vacuum sealing a lot of it. Especially, I've been vacuum sealing what's out of date. That way it can stay fresher. And I'm so excited. So, you know, we have cereal, and it's going to last a lot longer than keeping it in the bags. And then down here, we have got some chicken broth. That back row is chicken broth. I just did that, and you guys, it is so good. I was so proud of myself when I did that chicken broth. It's delicious. We have got some chili base. Did a few cans of that. This is hot salsa. Honestly, it's very, very hot. It's very, very hot. I'm going to be honest. I know it says hot salsa, but it's extremely hot. So I got to find somebody that likes extremely hot, and I can donate them those for. We've got some apple jelly. This was the second time I did jelly, and look, it actually set up. I was so proud of myself. So I did that. We've got some apple butter. We've only got 4 jars left. I normally do, because we're a big apple butter family. We really like it. And so I had a whole flat of these, but we've gone through them, and we've got 4 left. And then we've got our pork loin, and then we've got some plain canned carrots. I found a recipe for some sweet carrots. I'm going to do those soon. I'm excited to give those a try and see if we like those. And then down here, we've got another one of our favorites, my homemade spaghetti sauce. It is so good. Well, technically it's semi-homemade because I used canned tomatoes. But this summer, I do plan on having a garden. So I'm going to try to grow some tomatoes to make, from scratch, homemade spaghetti sauce. And then we have got, these are like my ready meals. I've got taco soup. I've got cowboy beans. I've got chili. I have done vegetable soup as well. I think Luke ate it when he was on the road trucking. But I have done that. And then we've got some cranberry juice, and it's finally ready for me to open up and try, and I am so excited. We've got some turkey broth. That's these. And then my the potatoes we have ate a few cans of those, and they've been pretty good, so I'm pretty impressed with those. And then I'm gonna do some, so these are the ones that are like chunked, and then I'm gonna be doing some French fry style, and they're supposed to be good for easy homemade, you know, baked or fried French fries. So I'm excited to see how those turn out. But that's what we got on this shelf. And then the only other home canned items I have is squash, and then I've got some peach butter, more spaghetti sauce, just in the little ones to do like pizzas or whatever, and then banana peppers. My sister-in-law gave me these banana peppers, and we don't really eat banana peppers, like just as is, but we do the Italian beef roast. So I knew that I needed to can them, and I'm so excited to try those. So we got those. So that's everything food-wise that is home canned. Now I'm gonna go ahead, do a disclaimer, and I will put it in the comments as well. I am canning what I feel is safe and best for my family. I don't necessarily follow to a T the, you know, guidelines. I have done a couple Amish recipes, Rebel canning recipes, but like I said, this is my kitchen, my family. I'm doing what I feel is safe and best for my family. So don't come for me. If there's any ugly comments in the comment section, that you guys will be deleted and blocked. So I just don't want to hear it. I wanted to mention as well that, as you can see, the majority of my canning lids are 4 jars. I started using them when they reached out to me, and I am an affiliate with them. Absolutely love their products. So when I first started canning, I was using, you know, just the traditional ball lids, and I have had many false seals with them. But since I have switched to 4 jars, I have not had one false seal, you guys. Not a one. And as you can see, there is a ton of 4-jar lids. I will make sure to have my affiliate code, our website linked down below for you guys. But they're expanding, they're a small business, just starting out, and so they are working on expanding their products. But you can check out all their products that they have right now. I mainly just buy the lids right now. If they ever have jars, I will definitely get the jars from them. But I absolutely love their lids. So if you are needing new lids and have been struggling with false seals, definitely check out 4 jars. Like I said, I'll have their my affiliate link down below for you guys. And then I have found this thing downstairs, and I thought, why not use this? It's never been used for shoes. It's just been there. I don't like, it's just was put in storage. So I use it for all of my extra rings and lids, and it's worked really good. So glad I put that up there, because I was just had them all in a big basket and it was annoying. Over here is just kind of my household like cleaners, as well as stuff that we use in the kitchen, you know, paper products, stuff like that. And that stuff will just stay there just because it's convenient having it right there with it being upstairs. So that's kind of where all that stuff is. And then we do have one deep freeze up here. One of them's downstairs, one of them is up here. Now, I know this might seem crazy having stuff everywhere, and if you are new here and don't know, we are currently living with my father-in-law, and so I'm using what space I have to store things. So hopefully in the future we will have one big room for everything, but this is what's working right now, is kind of dividing it up. So in this freezer we have like frozen breads, we've got frozen veggies, we have freezer meals, we've got crock pot ready to go freezer meals, just kind of like odds and ends and stuff. And then the freezer downstairs is mainly our proteins, which y'all will see that in a little bit. So this one, like I said, is pretty bare. I've got some of my canning supplies on it, but it should be growing soon because I'm still getting it and canning stuff like crazy. And then over here is, let me turn the light this way so y'all can see. This room is so dark all the time, which is good. Okay, so this is technically what I have been growing and restocking and replenishing over the past 3 years. It's changed, it's grew. Like I went from one shelf way back when to now 3 overflowing shelves. I definitely can use a 4th one. We just don't have room. But this is just everything that we use month to month throughout the year, and I restock and replenish as we use it or as I have the funds to. So we'll just kind of go through it real quick. We've got our canned goods, kind of a little bit of everything, honestly. My goal is to always keep 2 flats of each canned vegetable, but sometimes that doesn't always happen. And I like to shop on sale. So, a lot of times I might do without, just to wait for it to go on sale. And then when it goes on sale, I'll stock up. So, we've got corn, we've got potatoes, we have got canned tomatoes, a bunch of different canned tomatoes. We have got some green beans, we've got peas and carrots. And then in these buckets, we have got flours and sugars, just dry goods. I've been keeping and storing in the packaging in the 5-gallon bucket. So I'm going to go ahead and say this as well. Everybody preps differently. This is what's worked best for us for the past 3 years. If it's in here, it normally stays in its original packaging unless I open it and I need to like put it in something like the rice or, something like that. Like it gets put in vacuum sealed jars. But for me, keeping it in here, I personally don't feel like it needs to be in different packaging if I'm using it, rotating it. Now, yes, if it's standing still and I'm not going to use it for a whole year, then definitely. But this here in this room is my working prepper pantry. This is my grocery store up here. I pull from it, use it, restock it as I can. So for me personally, I don't feel like I need to change the packaging on things in here because I use it and I restock it. My emergency pantry stuff that's downstairs, my storage downstairs, it's in Mylar bags and, number 10 cans and stuff like that, because that stuff can last anywhere from, 5 to 30 plus infinity years. So that stuff, I put that in the Mylar bags in special containers so I don't have to worry about it. Yes, I check on it, but I don't have to worry about it. But this stuff, I personally feel like is totally fine keeping, like the pasta in the boxes or, the cereal and like muffin mixes, like stuff like that. Like I keep everything in the original packaging because like I said, I'm using it, I'm rotating it. If you're going to use it and rotate through it before the expiration date on the package, I don't feel like you need to worry about putting it in something else. Now, of course, if your living conditions, if they vary, if you are bad about, having bugs or something like that, rodents, you might want to consider it, but I've never had any issues with rodents. I've never had any issues with bugs the past 3 years that I have been storing things. Even in my buckets, I don't have bay leaves or anything in my flour and sugar buckets. I've left them as is for years and I've never had any issues. So you just prep how you need to and what you know is best for your family. Here we've got some drinks, Gatorades, milks, juices, kind of stuff like that. Just kind of a mixture of everything. Teas, we've got hot cocoa and just different stuff. And then we've got a bunch of different cream soups, Campbell's soups. We've got tomato products and stuff like that. Kind of just have a little bit of everything. Like I said, this is just stuff that we use month to month throughout the year. So I know that we'll use it and I need to, keep it stocked. We've got condiments, barbecue sauces, ketchup, mustard, dressings, mayonnaise, Miracle Whip, other sauces back there. I really like to stock up on like the barbecue sauce, ketchup, mustard, condiments in the summer and kind of get enough to make it last for us, because that's really when you can find them on sale, is during that summer your cooking out season. So that's when I got these, and I got them for 89 cents a piece, I believe. And so yeah, that's when I, which that's one of the things I do. I, stock up when stuff goes on sale so I don't have to worry about paying full price for it. And then here we've got some beans, just different kinds. Like I said, I prep in layers, so I want to make sure to have layers of everything. The only thing I'm missing that I haven't stocked up on is my chili beans. I've got to get some more of those, but I will do that soon. Let's see. And then, okay, hold on. We'll just go up and over. This is our cereal and like breakfast. We've got muffins, pancake mixes, cereals, more muffin mixes, syrup. There's oatmeal back there in the back. We've got cornbread mixes and stuff like that. Now, a lot of this stuff I've been making homemade recently. I really, really like it. And so I might be more, prone to doing it versus, or making it homemade versus, buying any more of those. But it's here, so I'm definitely going to use it. It's not going to go to waste, so I'll use that stuff first, and then we'll, make our homemade mixes. If you did not see that homemade mix video, it's part of my Make It Homemade series. I'll have that playlist linked down below for you guys. And then we've got all kinds of different pastas. I like to have a variety. We eat a lot of pasta around here. Back here is ramen noodles, and then we've got our stash of quick and easy meal hamburger helper. Can't go wrong with that. We've got some cauliflower mac and cheese. I finally found some of this. The only place I can find this is at my local salvage store, and I have not found it in weeks. And I finally found some, and I bought them all. So we got those. That's our all-time favorite box mac and cheese. And then this is just seasonings, dry mixes, chicken bouillon, kind of stuff like that. There's a random soup mix right here. I need to find a home for it. It needs to go downstairs, actually. But that's just kind of what I keep. I just keep, the basics on hand. Taco seasoning, country gravy, brown gravies, different marinades, turkey gravy, chicken gravy, stuff like that. And yes, I keep seasonings on hand to make stuff homemade, but this is convenient and I prefer it, let's be honest. You gotta prep how you eat, and the convenience, I like it. We've got a bunch of different rices. I love keeping these microwave instant rices on hand for emergency meals. These are so good to keep on hand because they're already pre-cooked, and all you gotta do is break it up, and it's easy to have in case of an emergency. And then we've got some rice in vacuum sealed jars, more tomato products, sprinkle cheese. Can't go wrong with sprinkle cheese. And then this is my baking section, just kind of a little bit of everything that I use, and keep. And then we've got our proteins. We've got peanut butter. We also have evaporated milk. We've got a couple packs left of this bacon, or actually there's one left. But I looked up and got these on sale for $1.99 a pack. I think I got like 5 of them. So we've went through those over the past couple months. But this is kind of just like Spam, roast beef, canned chicken, veiny sausages, diced ham, tuna, pepperonis. We've got packs of tuna, pulled pork, just any kind of, quick and easy, shelf-stable meal that we could possibly need in case of emergency, or if we run out or, can't get to a store or something, we can use this. We also got more veiny sausages. This is my condiment bin. I love getting extra condiments and bringing them home when we go to restaurants. This is free, you guys, and you can easily use this, especially if you're on a tight budget. And, if you can't afford a bottle of ketchup, or, like I have enough marinara here, I could make us homemade pizzas, and I wouldn't have to worry about having to buy marinara sauce. Like, I've got enough here. Like, we've got so much different stuff. We have hot sauce. We even have mayonnaise. Like, keep your condiments and put them in a bin. Here is just kind of a mixture. We've got some ready pastas, rice or pastaroni pasta. We've got scalloped potatoes. There is some Velveeta cheese sauce back there. We've got gnocchi, breadcrumbs, crackers, stuffing mix. And then this up here is my snack shelf, except for the taco shells, but like chips, stuff. You know, Winston has to take snacks to school. We all eat snacks. It's just, you know, it's just that's how we eat. But we've just got a little bit of everything up there. So everything up here or in here, like I said, is in original packaging, or it's like individually wrapped. You know, like all this stuff is individually wrapped. And so what I like to do is I have a everyday pantry, which actually, let's go there next. Okay, we are in the hallway now, right off of my room. Now, I have not cleaned this out, so don't judge me. But, oh look, there's the veggie soup. There's one or two of them in here. But, so this is what I do, in case you're new here. This is my everyday pantry. This is stuff that's opened, stuff that needs to be used first. So I like to do, you know, first in, first out. Now, yes, expiration dates don't bother me a ton, especially depending on what the product is. But, of course, I still want to rotate through my food properly. That way we don't have food waste in case stuff does go bad or whatever. And so this is where I use from first. Then I pull from my prepper pantry and I put it in here. Or if it's opened, like, you know, this box of Cheez-Its is opened, so it gets put in here. That way we know it gets used first. This is supposed to be in one of these. I really like these, by the way. I have these linked in my Amazon storefront. But it hasn't made it in one of those since it's been opened. But this is where I keep, you know, just that everyday pantry stuff. That way I know I'm rotating through my food properly and, you know, we eliminate the food waste. I'm telling y'all, I need to get in here and clean this. That'll probably be in a separate video. But I normally keep these snack bins full, and so I'll pull from that top shelf in my prepper pantry, keep these stocked, then we'll go through this, and then I'll replenish. Same, you know, for all this stuff. You know, like any open packaging and whatnot gets put in here, and then once it's gone, I will restock it with, you know, from the prepper pantry. But this is just kind of everyday stuff that we use. This is all of my dehydrated foods. If you missed that video, I'll have it linked down below. These are all vacuum sealed, unless it's in these. I can't vacuum seal those with what attachment I have. This, I made breadcrumbs, or I'm going to make breadcrumbs. I've got to get a blender and blend all that up. But that's going to be homemade breadcrumbs. But I've got vegetables back there. I've got fruits and all kinds of stuff that I have just been dehydrating over, you know, over time. There's a bunch of stuff there as well that we use and rotate through. But so that's my everyday pantry. It's a mess, and I apologize, but I ain't cleaning it today. Okay, we are now down in the basement. Now it's dark and gloomy down here. This is like the back half of the house. This is all underground, so it's super cool. Perfect for storing food and kind of like a built-in cellar without it, you know, being a cellar. So this is what I've got. We have got some number 10 cans of some things. I have everything that I like and use and buy often. I will have it linked to my Amazon storefront. It's probably under Prepper or like in the kitchen, just depending on what the product is. But so all of these number 10 cans are linked, plus some that are really good that you can, you know, are good to have to keep on hand. I've got potato slices, potato shreds. We've got banana chips, peanut butter powder. We've got honey powder and pancake mix. We've got freeze-dried cheddar cheese, freeze-dried green beans. We also got some diced chicken back there in the corner with that brown label. And then we also have some strawberries. So these are really good to have. So like whenever you guys use my Amazon affiliate link and you purchase something, I get commission off of that, and it's truly thankful. Like I'm truly thankful that you guys use my link, because I'm able to buy things like this to put back to have for my family in case of emergencies. So whenever I get that monthly check-in from them where you guys use that link, I buy things that I need to, you know, put back. Like I got these from you guys using my link. So these are 2 life straws, got a couple candles. A lot of our camping stuff is in a different spot, and it has a lot more like that emergency stuff. This is mainly just kind of food and stuff like that. So that actually needs to go to a different home, the candles. I've got this 3-pack of life straws. I actually picked this up at Sam's Club. It was on clearance. And so I picked that up. We got a couple Mountain House meals. Of course, water. I've got the water that's on the floor are in crates, so that way they're not directly on the concrete. I did forget to mention that in the last video, and someone said, hey, you need to mention that. You don't want to store like plastic and water directly on the bottom of concrete, because over time chemicals can leach into the water. So I've got those not directly on, and then I've got, you know, some on the shelf. Now we have some waters that are sealed, and as you see, we have some that have black markers on the top, and that's just where I've took empty bottles and filled it up with water to have like extra water for flushing the toilet. I can boil it and wash dishes. I can, you know, we can use our life straws and stuff like that. So I'm still storing water, but it's free because I'm reusing bottles and storing it. And then we've got some, so I like to store my emergency food in Mylar bags for the most part. The ramen noodles aren't, but we have all kinds of stuff. We've got pasta, we have rice, we've got instant potatoes, we have waffle mix, we have pinto beans, we've got like different dried beans, we've got instant potatoes, we have oatmeal, we have just all kinds of different things that I know that are going to last a really good amount of time and are going to store really good in these Mylar bags. And then we've also got some canned goods down here. We've got canned soups and canned proteins that are, you know, have a decent shelf life to keep down here. And I keep this in one of these tubs with the lid on it. So that way, in case there is ever flooding down here, it's, you know, not gonna spoil and go bad, which Mylar bags are waterproof, in case you didn't know that. They are waterproof. They're not rodent proof, so that's why it's good to keep them in 5-gallon buckets or in some kind of totes, which yes, rodents can chew through these. But like I said, since I've been prepping, I've never had issues with mice. I've never had issues with bugs or anything in any of my stuff. And I've been storing, you know, for a while. And then in here, same thing. I've just got different stuff, you know, just your basics. So I have all that upstairs. That whole room is upstairs. So for me, emergency prep is literally emergencies. Like, I'm not going to plan on having, you know, gourmet meals, and I don't want, you know, big vats of this and that. I'm not a doomsday prepper. I'm just a realistic, everyday working prepper in my opinion. Now, yes, it is good to have emergency prep. I have this, but it's the basics. Like I said, rice, beans, oatmeal, like, you know, stuff that's good to store, that's going to last a while, and then, you know, and can fill us up if in case of emergency. And I do have stuff in smaller portions and big bags in case we need to pack it in a bug out bag and go. Then, you know, I can take the smaller portion things and put in our bug out bags. Over there is kind of more of our camping things. But like I said, that and the candles need to actually be put back with our camping stuff. I just haven't done it yet. And then, of course, my water glassed eggs. I haven't tried any yet. I really want to. I just haven't. I'm kind of giving it a little bit of time. That way it can be more of a realistic taste test. But I water glassed eggs over the summer for the first time, and I was so excited. And now I'm, you know, glad I have these because the eggs are getting outrageous. And so next year, this is definitely something that I will do again and probably do a lot of, just depending on how this year goes with the inflation. So we'll see, but I'm excited to have those as well, you know, because in case I can't afford the eggs in the store, they're sold out, I can come down here and, you know, use these for baking. Now, these aren't good for like a fried egg, but they're good for baking. They're good for scrambled, you know, stuff like that. So, but that is everything. Anything, like I said, anything that you guys see, check my Amazon storefront. It'll be linked below. And then anything that I have shared before in a little bit more detail, I will have those videos linked down below so y'all can see that. But that's it. Then we do have this other deep freeze down here, which, like I said, this one is meats. It's slammed full. We've got all kinds of different meats, chicken, we've got pork, we've got big roast down here, just, you know, everything we use month to month. So that's jam packed with meat. So, and then like I said, eventually, fingers crossed, this all will be food storage. I will have top to bottom wooden sturdy shelves where I can store everything, you know, have both deep freezes down here, and, you know, be able to have all of this with my, you know, food from just everything. But right now we got to divide it up because we've got, you know, we're storing furniture and stuff down here, so we just don't have room. But hey, at least I can have my prep in different places. That's totally okay. Right now, it's so important to have food security. And yes, you don't have to have thousands of layers, you know, all the different layers like I do. Having, you know, at least even 2 weeks, but, you know, a couple months worth of food prepped and put back for your family is super important right now, because it's bad out there, you guys, and you know. So this is something, you know, that I have been doing and growing over the past couple years. And then this past summer I started home canning and really diving more into the more self-sufficient side of things, and I've truly been enjoying it. And so this is the new updated tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, nice questions, please leave them in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.